Hello, and welcome to 97.9 Unity Radio, the best MMA show around. This is the MMA Report, Husky Talk. I am your host, the best podcast and radio host in the universe, Steve Cully. And with me today, as always, my cohort and co-host. He just trains and teaches, and he kicks ass.
I don't like your tagline, Steve, for me.
And it's Tyler King.
All I do is train and teach and kick ass.
That's all you do. You don't do anything else.
Is.
You don't sleep. You don't sleep. You don't eat. You're like a machine. You just. Teach.
I mean, I suck down zins. I definitely eat.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
I drink.
That doesn't sound as mysterious, like for our listeners.
Mysterious?
We want you to sound like
you want me to sound mysterious?
Well, no, we want them to wonder about you. If I say that all you do is train, teach, and kick ass, I mean, that's something they wonder about. And I think that's very important. So
okay.
I
keep
think,
it. All right.
I think that it's great. I think that it's great.
All right. I'll keep it then. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that it's huge. They're just saying there's this guy in Massachusetts, and there are people in their cars, and they're driving, and they're just listening, and they hear, wow, there's this guy. All he does is he trains and
you're flailing. Let's move on.
Yeah. Well, just trying to let you know that that's what they say. So they wonder about it.
I get it.
We were leaving off. We had been talking about the PFL. They had finished their series, their season, so to speak, and they have not announced when the championships are going to be. But in the meantime, we have had Bellator to look forward to, the return of Bellator, so to speak. They had one show. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, Bellator has announced Francis Ngannou will be defending his heavyweight championship October 19th.
Yes. That's the big show. Yes, I did see that. But I mean, we saw one Bellator show over the summer. So, this is really the relaunch of the company, and it's going to be interesting to see how PFL does with it. And I hope they keep the strategy of keeping it separate from the PFL. I think it's good to have a brand within the brand, just like I had mentioned to you with wrestling with the NWO and WCW. You cheered for the brand within the brand, and I thought.
I can't help. I actually do like what PFL's done since the acquisition of Bellator. Both you need to showcase some of the talent, like they did with their championship series in San Diego, having Usman, their Nurmagomedov, Khabib's cousin, I believe.
Bellator and coming back and trying to reestablish itself after being bought out. And you, as you said, I am a novice. I know nothing. And the fighters on the card, I believe I thought we saw a couple of them in the PFL season, but I'm not sure. Looking at the first Bellator card, what fight would you like to start with? Either the women's flyweight or the men's lightweight with May Medeiros. Yeah. And
oh yes, Medeiros,
yeah, you like him? Okay. He is a lightweight. Wow, they got great records. 15-1. His career record. The other guy, Yancey, Well, if you have a name like Yancey, you better be tough, I guess. He's 12
Well,
and 9.
Yates Medeiros, pros pro, long time fighter in the UFC, part of the Diaz camp. I know he
Oh,
trained a lot
really?
with Nate Diaz. Yep, him and Nate Diaz are close. I believe they're training partners. Yates Medeiros, generally thought of as like one of the great guys in the sport. Very exciting fighter,
Okay.
but they put him up
Yeah.
against
Yeah, I mean, this guy,
a younger Armenian. I believe that's Armenia. Younger
he's
Armenian with
15 and 1. Yeah.
one loss, 15-1.
Yeah. Yeah,
Pretty
that's a
impressive record by Jura
yeah,
Ivazian.
he's fighting.
Avayan.
How the hell do you know he's
I
from Armenia?
Ivazian. What's up?
It's amazing you knew he was from Armenia.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, yeah. He's
I
fighting
saw
out
the
of
flag.
he's from Armenia. Oh, you know the flags.
Lost
Okay.
by one. Had one fight. Lost one fight by split decision in
Yep.
Eagle FC. Uh, shoot. This is definitely his biggest fight.
Well,
Coming in, this is his biggest fight. It's his first fight in Bellator. All the rest of the fights have been in EFC, which is out of I believe South Africa.
but
Open
Tyler,
fighting chip.
that's
Oh,
what
burn fight.
bothers me. Why would UFC dump a guy like this after one fight? I don't get it. He comes in, he has one loss, and they dump him.
That wasn't in the UFC. That was in
Oh,
Eagle FC. That
oh,
is the promotion owned by Khabib Nurmagomedov. Then he fought outside there, fought
okay,
outside Eagle FC. I don't think Eagle FC had. Oh, it did have another show. He won another fight in Eagle FC. His last fight against Ali Kabadula, who was undefeated, and
ooh,
then he had this fight in Bellator versus Yancey after two cancellations.
oh, okay, okay. That's where I remember seeing it. This was
He's
on the playoff card, and it got pulled off of it. You're right. It got canceled off of one of their the season series. I do remember seeing this. I
I
don't
actually do not.
know. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no,
I
no.
I thought he was on the PFL season, but according to his stats, he apparently may not have been. Just
Yeah,
it looks
well,
familiar.
having
Yeah, the 224 PFL record. Yeah, no, he didn't have any. So it doesn't say, it did not say how he won. Just
he
that
won decision, unanimous decision.
oh, it was
Um,
unanimous. Okay.
yes, it was.
Okay. Okay.
Not really familiar with how the fight went, but Armenian flag.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. That means they like submission, right? The Armenians, they do.
Sorry, did I lose you there for a second? Sorry.
No, I didn't lose it. Aren't they submission specialists or
No, I mean,
they,
Yancey, I believe he had some submissions.
okay.
Look, hold on
Yeah,
a second.
I'm looking it up right now.
I have it. I have it in front of me.
it blows my
Yancey,
mind. What's
4 wins
happening?
by submission, 4 wins by knockout. Yancey's very well rounded.
Okay. Okay. And what's the website you go to? Tapology?
Yes, sir.
Tapology. Okay. That's the only thing I don't understand about their website is why they wouldn't put the decision on there so you would see it. But that obviously was not a shocker. This guy is obviously an up and comer, and
Yeah,
will
very
be a force to be reckoned with.
pretty typical with promotions. They're going to a guy with a name like Yancey Medeiros, gonna try to build up some of the young prospects of
Yeah,
guys with that kind of name value.
yeah, and that's the one thing that I do think that PFL has done a good job with. Now, what's your take on them showing this on Max? That was my only thing.
Will Max give that Cinemax Showtime? I mean, basically, it's still Showtime. They've been on Showtime for an extended period of time. It was basically just an extension of the Showtime deal.
Right. But I mean, like, instead of ESPN, like where PFL was on, like
Well, again, the thing is when PFL acquired Bellator, they acquired those contracts as well.
so they already
Those
had
contracts don't just evaporate. They have contractual obligations to Bellator. Excuse me, to
they were
Showtime.
grandfathered in. Okay, that makes sense.
So I mean, when that deal is up, be very likely that we see something as far as Bellator being on ESPN, or thereby the UFC, excuse me, the PFL just completely absorbing the brand and using Bellator for something like their overseas fights.
Right.
They've been doing a lot of Bellator cards overseas. I can see something like that happening.
Yes. And then the next fight was a women's flyweight division. Wow, that's a nice name. Sumiko Inaba versus
Sumika Inaba, the Lady Samurai, versus Mackenzie Stiller, Max Judo. I'll tell you what, both these ladies look like their names and their nicknames.
Yeah, Sumiko.
They really do. Sumiko looks like a Lady Samurai, and Mackenzie Stiller looks like a Mackenzie Stiller.
I would agree with you on that.
Exactly.
Wholeheartedly. That they definitely their names are very good representations. So Sumiko 8-1. I mean, she's the real deal, and Mackenzie ended up taking her first loss here. Good matchup all the way around.
I'll tell you what, this is a fight again. This is a fight where they've obviously, one thing PFL Bellator has really done a great job marketing a lot of these female fighters. Talking about my newest crush in the world, Dakota. What's Dakota's last? Dakota Chava. And that was Sumiko. I mean, Sumiko, total package. The looks, she's been crushing people. One decision loss happens, but the rest of her fight, she's fought all of her fights in Bellator. I actually fought on the same card as her. Holy crap! Yeah, we fought.
Really?
I believe so. Bellator 259. Wow. Yeah, I got beaten by Davion Franklin and Sumiko beat Kristen Kalikas, who I actually know. I've met several times. So yeah, they brought her along. Like that was a really good matchup. Like that matchup was 1-0 versus 1-1.
Yeah. It was a knockout in the fourth round. I'm sorry, second round. Round knockout.
Looking, she's had some knockouts. She won by submission.
Yeah.
She fought on the PFL regular season, winning by split decision.
Right.
She knocked out Mackenzie Stiller. Her last fight was definitely a little more of a test, fighting a girl 13 fights versus Mackenzie, who has 3, but Mackenzie did look like a fighter. So, again, solid win. Went out and did exactly what she was supposed to do.
I'd like to just see what her age is.
She is.
She's young.
1991. Yep, she is.
She's
30. 30.
She's 30. 30. Yeah, she's younger. Okay. That's not a lot of fights, really, right? 9 fights as a pro, or would you say that's normal?
Yeah, I mean, with women's division, always historically pretty shallow. So this is a fight they've obviously invested in, trying to develop her.
Got you. That makes sense. And Mackenzie Stiller, do you think that's somebody that they would stick with and give her another opportunity in Bellator?
Looking at her record, it was her third fight in Bellator. Actually, other two fights are wins. I could see her definitely getting another shot. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good to know. And then we had, it looks like, Douglas Lima. And is that the Brazilian flag?
Yes, it is.
I got one right.
Douglas Lima versus
Aaron
Jeffrey. Douglas Lima, former UFC, very average top team, very great record, 33-12. Highly respected. I think I fought him a couple of him cards as him. Pros Pro. He won a Bellator season, won the $1 million.
He did. Wow.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
As of late, as that was some time ago, he beat Rory McDonald. Since then, he's lost. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oof.
5 out of his last 6.
Yeah. That's surprising.
Excuse me, 4 out of his last 5. One of those fights was a grappling match, but yeah, he's lost 4 out of his last 5.
Yeah, I'm not an Aaron Jeffrey fan. I don't really like his look. I'm not into the mullet. So, and the mustache.
Based on his look.
Yeah, I would go by his look. Yeah, I don't like the mustache and the mullet. A bad combination.
He got Douglas Lima continues his downward slide. Aaron Jeffrey winning the decision.
Yeah.
Not good. Not really doing a lot for Douglas Lima's career prospects going forward. He's definitely on the tail end, unfortunately. Aaron Jeffrey, 50-5, big win for him.
Wow. I just wanted to check and see. So Douglas Lima is, he's older. Okay, he's 36.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this is again one of the guys trying to build up Aaron Jeffrey. Big win here over Douglas Lima. Lost his decision to Fabian Edwards. Before that came back. Before that, one unanimous decision versus Dalton Rosa. Again, lackluster decision loss to Aaron Safter. Before that, big KO win versus Austin Vanderfort. Those of you who don't know, Austin Vanderfort, the spouse of Paige Van Zandt. One of those guys. Like, he's one of the guys, he's got the look, got the tattoos. One of the guys Bellator got by. Again, I don't think he's a bad fighter, but again, he's one of those guys got the opportunities because he kind of has the right people around, him, right look. Oh, he's got the right look.
Yeah, he's married into it.
But, Aaron Jeffrey, bit of a problem right now coming off this win.
Yeah.
He's 2-2 in his last 4. He needs another big win. He gets another big win. Be right back in that title picture.
I blame his mustache, to be honest. I just.
Well, that's stupid. The picture I'm seeing, I don't see a mustache. So hey.
No, I know the one they have on here is different.
All right, move forward.
The next one was Larkin versus
Chokahili. Lorenz Larkin again. Another guy very similar to Douglas Lima. Long-time pro. I think he might be an American top team. He comes from another big camp. But big win, I believe he knocked out, it was either him or Lima. I believe it was Lorenz that knocked out Michael Venom Page for his first professional loss. No really surprise here. Lorenz Larkin been on a tear lately. Don't know a whole lot about Levon. He could probably wrestle, seeing as he's from Georgia. But Lorenz Larkin winning 3 out of his last 4.
He's 8-3 in his llast 11.
4 out of his last 6 with 1 no contest, 1 loss. Artie Koreshkov. Koreshkov's a hell hell of a fight. He's a tough fight for anybody. So
And it was
again,
the first round
big
too.
win for Lorenz Larkin. Big win
First
for Lorenz
round.
Larkin. Back on track, back in the title picture.
First round too, and I mean he's 38 years old, and it's amazing just to see a fighter in their late 30s or early 40s, and they figure it out and put it all together and get on a tear. And wow, because the other guy, I mean, 13-3, right?
Yeah, very solid record, Georgian. But again, a lot of what you see a lot with these. Oh, sorry, it's clicked on Usman by mistake. What you see with a lot of these fighters out of the Eastern Bloc, a lot of their records get stacked early on.
Oh, okay. Because they fight in different promotions, or
well, you gotta look on his come up. First opponent 0-0, 0-0, 0-1, 0-0, 0-0, 0-0, 1-2. To go 6-0, he fought a guy that was 1-2. Then he fought 3-4. To go in his eighth fight, he fought 5-0. Then he fought 10-1 at 9-0. No contest. Then he lost in Bellator. That was his last fight for Bellator. First fight in Bellator, lost decision. Fought Vinicius De Jesus, won a decision. Lost decision to go to Yamamuchi. Then 3 more no names. 3 wins, and then the loss to Larkin. So record's a little bit stacked early on. He's fared pretty well in Bellator. He has a
I see what you're saying.
4-3 record in Bellator. Middle of the road.
Yeah, that's strange. I would never have expected that. Then going, well, yeah, I didn't know they did it like that. I mean, I know,
of course they do.
It makes sense, but the main event was the Khabib's cousin, who this can't be right. No, okay, he's 26. Okay, and he is 18-0 now. I mean, from what I've seen of him, would you consider him a spitting image of his uncle or no?
Spitting image, no. I mean, oh wow.
Similar style wise, right?
I'll tell you what. So he had a fight overturned to
with Brett Primus. Yep. No contest. That was last year.
So most likely was a failed drug test by Primus.
Right.
Giant wins over. Oh, he choked out Benson Henderson.
Wow.
That's super impressive.
That's a big win. Yep.
Again, hit Bellator, win decision, win by stoppage, win by rear naked choke, win by choke, decision Patricky Pitbull, super impressive.
What's guerrilla fighting? What?
That's probably, I believe, it's probably the name of the promotion he fought in.
That's what I'm saying. I've never heard of it. Have you heard of them?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Again, most likely in Russia,
overseas.
Eastern Bloc. I have not heard of it.
I got you. No, I was just curious because he's 5-0 there. So I see what you're saying about how they build up the records before they move over.
Yeah.
And who does he train in the United States or no?
I do not know. I know that Khabib, he has trade facilities in Russia, Moscow.
Okay.
In what country is he from?
He's from Russia. It's from Dagestan, Russia. It says.
Oh, Dagestan. That's why I went Dagestan. So he's from Dagestan. Khabib has trade facilities in Dagestan, Moscow, in the United States. So I don't know. Khabib. A lot of people don't really take into consideration. Khabib is rich Conor McGregor.
Oh no, I know he is, but
So I mean, Khabib has multiple training facilities. Does he? I don't know if he's directly involved in this training camp. He might have been in his corner. I'm just not sure. It's a good chance Khabib was in Usman's corner. I believe he was most likely.
now, Tyler, everyone has said that they firmly believe that Khabib will come back and fight again. Do you think that's going to happen?
Most likely not.
I don't
Most
see it
likely
either.
not.
I think he would have done it by now if he was going to do it. It's been 4 years, 5 years.
He's very principled and he doesn't need the money.
No, I know he doesn't. He doesn't care either. Which I thought was even funnier. But I was expecting him to come back, and I know Dana White has offered him the house to come back, and he still has not. I give him credit for sticking to his principles.
Like I said, Khabib doesn't need the money.
Well, I
He
know
doesn't need
you
the
don't need the
money.
money, but you like the adrenaline rush. You
He
like
doesn't need the money. Oh, he's past that. He's already had the highest turnover. He's been the
yeah,
champion. He has a mountain of money. His
yeah,
dad died. He always has dad in his corner. His dad passed away. I
right.
just don't
That
see
changed
Khabib coming.
everything.
I don't see Khabib coming back ever.
And I mean, there's not a fight that would entice him to either. I
No
think
need.
that's
He already.
you think,
The
yeah, I
only
know.
fight that he would. The only fight that what I think might have been George St. Pierre, and I don't think either of them are going to do that at this point.
Right. There would have to be something special for that to line up. And then the other Bellator Championship Series was on the 14th. I was going to take a look at that, starting with 1, 2, 3. Would it be Wild and Dicassi, the lightweights? Wow, he is pale.
Well, are you at the? Where are you? All the way at the bottom.
I'm on the. It's not on Tapology. I don't see it on Tapology.
I'm looking at it right now on Topology.
Oh,
Bellator
you are.
Championship. Bellator Champion Series, London.
Oh, I gotta scroll down. Sorry. All right, I didn't scroll down far enough. Yeah. So that would be the first one I would start with. What are your initial thoughts there?
Which fight did you go?
I was going with the Wild versus Diakasi.
Is that on the main card?
Yeah, I think it was on the main card. On the PFL website, it's the
Wild versus Takasi. Okay.
Yeah.
Two Englishmen, both on the wrong side of 30.
Oh, they are both. They're both English.
Both Englishmen, both on the wrong side of 30. 5'10" versus 5'11. Similar reach. Wild taking the loss.
Yeah.
17-6. Takasi with the W. Typical English striking battle. Not a whole lot of wrestling.
Oh, I was.
Yeah, won by decision.
Yep.
Wild clearly. Takasi rather outstriking Wild. Rather pedestrian.
Nothing spectacular to report.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at wow. I don't even see it on here. Okay.
Well, I have next Luke Trainer versus Larry Nas Urbanavicius.
That's on here. Okay, I see that. Okay. Luke Trainer won in submission in the first round, correct?
Yep, rear naked choke. The Gent showing the English have a little bit of grappling and showing that the Gent from England can beat Captain Lithuania. That's possibly the worst nickname ever.
That can't be his nickname.
His nickname is Captain Lithuania.
Okay.
I want to be a captain. I want to be the captain of Lithuania.
I am immediately going to cheer against him every opportunity I can. He's 14-2. I mean, good for him. but I can't. I mean, you got to have some balls to call yourself the captain of Lithuania. I mean,
Yeah, well, didn't work out for him.
I mean, I'd want to be a king. I don't know if I'd want to be a captain.
Captain of Lithuania.
Yeah,
All right.
who wants to be a captain of Lithuania? What do they do in Lithuania? Do they eat dogs and cats in Lithuania?
Well, I mean, not like they do in
Columbus,
migrant
Ohio.
country, not like they do in the migrant countries of South America that have smuggled their way to the United States. But I digress.
Tyler, I wanted to tell you a brief funny story. My Aunt Cindy, she lives in Boston, and she's not the brightest bulb in the bunch. And she called the other day. She wanted to let me know. She said, "Steven, I just wanted to let you know it's not true." I go, "What?" She goes, "They're really not eating the dogs and the cats. It's okay for you. You're safe to walk Archie." And she was that serious. She wanted to let me know it was safe to walk my dog, that he wasn't going to get eaten.
Well, number
I mean,
one,
that's pretty.
number one, most likely, the cowardly, criminal-minded people that have smuggled their way to the United States would see you and
the cowardly
probably not try to steal your dog and eat it.
The pit bull. Yeah, they probably wouldn't.
Probably would try that. Probably wouldn't try that.
The cowardly.
Like, have you heard the reports of people like sniping dogs? Like, there have been like actual news. It's like there's like sniping small dogs and like beating them to death, like bashing them to the ground.
No,
Bro,
they are. It's
yeah,
terrible.
yes, it is terrible. But hey, vote Democrat. Vote Democrat. Vote Democrat.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
Yes, I can. Definitely vote Democrat. Definitely vote Democrat.
That means you're a communist if you vote Democrat.
No. I'm being very sarcastic because it's Democrat policies that has allowed this to happen. So, you vote Democrat.
Yes, it is.
Continue to vote Democrat.
Well, I just love
Tim Walz. Tim Walz is straight as an arrow. Tim Walz is straight as an arrow.
I just love that they are so against gun violence, and it's their people that are trying to assassinate the president and the former president. And on the political show that we do, I still think I don't think they're going to stop. I think their next attack is going to be it's going to be poison. They're going to like try with arsenic or something.
Okay, so why is it that now again?
Because they can't shoot.
No, listen. No, I'm just going to say one thing. Why is it that both attempted shooters have appeared in BlackRock training videos and have worked for BlackRock?
What's BlackRock? I don't know what BlackRock is.
BlackRock is a large defense contractor.
Really?
Large defense contractor.
Oh, okay.
Military contractor.
Oh, okay. Well,
you don't know what BlackRock is?
No, I don't. I'm not political.
All right, I'm done with conspiracy theories.
Okay.
Let's go back to MMA.
Well, then I believe the next fight was did we do Luke Trainer? Yeah. No, we did.
We had Simon Powell versus Rafael Xavier. Simon Powell, the Englishman, versus Rafael Xavier, the German, nicknamed Kratos, versus Simon. Smooth Powell.
Oh, that's a good Simon. I'll take that.
Decision win. Kratos.
He's young too.
Got beat by Smooth. 25 again. Like I said, these kind of showcase shows, giving these European, UK, English Isles fighters the opportunity. Good prospect. Moving on up.
Well, it's interesting because it's a clash in style, and he was in PFL in 22 and 23, and he was 5-1, and this was his first appearance in Bellator, so it'll be interesting to see where he went. I mean, it was a split decision, so that's interesting as well. I would have expected him to dominate, but he is 10-1, so he is on the rise. That's good to see. And this was interesting. The main event that they went with was Sarah Collins and Leah McCourt. Sarah Collins 6-0, and she gets the victory here. And she's another one of your favorite. She's British. You love the Brits. She's 34, and she got this. Yeah, I mean, wow. She's on a current six win streak. That's
well, you got that wrong, Stephen, because Sarah Collins is actually, I believe, Australian or New Zealand.
Oh, well, what's the British flag in the top left corner? Oh, you're right.
That's Leah McCourt.
Okay. Oh, no, it says Sarah Collins on Tapology. There's
Look at Leah McCourt, Leah the Curse McCourt, out of St. Field, Northern Ireland.
Leah the Curse McCourt. Okay.
Sarah Collins, fighting out of Australia.
Yeah. Okay, so it is Australia. Yes, I didn't know why the English flag was in the Australian flag.
That's an Australian flag, Steve.
Okay. I didn't know that. Tyler, I don't know my flags as well as you do.
Apparently
I'm
not.
sorry. I will study the flags better. Leah McCourt, Jesus. She's 8-4. She's 32. She looks like she's had some work done. Wow. And
I'll tell you what, her Tapology picture is better than that poster picture.
Well,
that poster picture is a little rough. Her Tapology picture is much better, but her picture on the poster, yeah, you're right.
Why do you get work done? I don't know why you would get work done.
Because your face messed up, and these girls are vain, dude.
All right. Yeah, you're right. The Tapology picture is better. You're right. What?
You ever apparently you've never dated a blonde in her 30s.
I have.
Apparently you've never dated. No, apparently you've never dated an attractive blonde in their 30s. Because I don't care if they're an insurance salesman or a mixed martial arts fighter. They still have to look good. They will get that work done.
Of course they do. But
they will get that work done.
At 32? You think you need work done at 32? I mean, I just think that's a little.
Apparently you have dated a lot of attractive blonde chicks in their 30s, Steven.
I have. I just would never I would never have anticipated them getting work done. That's all I'm saying. If it makes her feel better,
they probably did get work done. They tell you.
It makes them feel better about themselves. They're welcome to get all the work done they want. But
you have to appreciate their efforts, Stephen.
Listen. Women, I do show appreciation. Women have it harder than anyone on earth. Women have to look perfect all the time. They believe me. I understand.
Yeah, they really have it harder than anybody on earth.
They do. They have to look perfect all the time. They're consistently judged on how they look. So I do appreciate that. She's been in Bellator. She's 7-3 she's 7-3 overall. Leah McCourt. She's been here since 2019. God, they don't fight a lot. She did beat. She lost to Kat Zingano, but she beat Sarah McMahon. That's a pretty good,
very solid one.
Yeah,
very solid one.
And then losing to Sarah Collins was unfortunate. But she,
it was. Well, she actually lost to Kat, beat Sarah McCann. She's had some tough fights. Big win versus Sarah McCann.
Yep.
Sarah Collins, though, she got beat up by that Chuck-looking motherfucker.
Don't swear on the radio, but okay.
She got beat up by that very handsome lady.
That's what I say as well. I say she's very handsome.
A very handsome lady.
Well, she is 6-0. I still can't get over their ages. Why?
Why?
What was your no? What was your? You explained this to me. I just forgot. Why are the women? They just seem to be older than the men.
A lot of the honestly, it just the women's MMA has really like
Oh,
kind of come
started
out of
later.
the
You're right.
it's
You're
all
right.
yeah it's kind of really just come out of the kind of MMA universe really prominently in the last couple of years.
Right.
So it like I'd say the last 5-10 years, women's division's really hurled forward, especially with the addition of Ronda Rousey. The UFC, Bellator, PFL kind of really saw the opportunity to put on more fights, really expand their influence, and just have
Yeah.
more fights, more events. So women's divisions have been expanding, and
Right.
there've been a lot of fighters out there that never got the opportunity. So a lot of them have stuck with it, starting to get those opportunities now.
Now, do you?
Also, 30 is the new 20.
It is obviously. Sarah Collins. I mean, she goes to 6-0. Um, she obviously has a future. I don't know the Bellator structure for titles. What do
Well,
they do with the
most
women's
likely,
division?
I mean, they do. I believe they do tournaments as well. She'll get a
Okay.
name. Most likely, she'll get a name opponent next. She'll get a
Okay.
bigger name next. Get more of a test. This was kind of her last fight before like kind of going on to like the real meat and potatoes of the women's division. So she'll most likely fight a name fighter next.
Okay. Okay. And then I know we mentioned just before we go to UFC the Francis Ngannou fight, which is October 19th, I believe. It's
Yep.
going to be is he going for the belt?
No,
The
yes,
or
Francis
for the
Ngannou will
belt?
be fighting. He'll be fighting the reigning PFL heavyweight champion.
Right. Okay.
Shoot, like, uh, Andre, I believe Andre Feria is his name.
Yeah, it's
Feria.
on the schedule as the super fight pay-per-view, but they don't have anything else listed. It just does the battle of the giants.
Well, Bella Giants and
Saudi
what's her name? Cyborg. Cyborg will be fighting. She'll be trying to avenge. She'll be trying
Cyber.
to. She'll be trying to avenge her last loss.
Oh, against Pacheco.
Yes.
Wow, she's got a geez, she's got a neck tattoo. Um,
She's got a pretty mean neck tattoo.
yeah, this is actually a good card. Is
Yeah,
that Matt?
right now.
That's
Well,
not
I mean,
Matt. Okay.
right now, fight side for PFL Battle of Giants. AJ McKee versus Paul Hughes.
Yeah.
Johnny Eblin versus Fabian Edwards. That is a hell of a fight.
Oh,
Then we
that's
had,
Baby Edwards.
like we
Okay.
just talked about, Chris Cyborg versus Larissa Pacheco. Larissa Pacheco, last woman to beat Chris Cyborg. And then for all the marbles, the PFL Heavyweight Championship. Hanan Feria
His
versus
first
Francis
experience,
Ngannou.
right?
Excuse me?
It's his first appearance in PFL, correct?
Francis Ngannou, yes, it is.
Okay. And the women's featherweight world title, Cyborg is not the champion.
Nope, Pacheco is the champion. I believe Cyborg
Okay.
is the Bellator champion, though.
Yes, that's what it was. That's what I got confused. Okay. Because I knew that she was doing well. Oh, and this is going to be on ESPN Plus. Good. Okay.
Yes.
I see that's what's going to be tricky. I don't know that ESPN is going to be able to keep both PFL and UFC, especially
So
with the
again,
money.
like we were just talking about, like I mentioned earlier, Bellator
Yeah.
is just because PFL bought Bellator still has to honor the contracts they had with
Right. Their grandfather
HBO.
in
Yes, with HBO and
Max.
now it's Max. Same
Right.
thing, but yes.
Okay. So switching gears, moving on to UFC 306. UFC 306.
UFC 306, aka the graveyard, the
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 graveyard.
graveyard of Tyler's gambling hobby.
Oh, the Tyler, there's never going to be a graveyard for your gambling Uh, yeah,
Oh man, I
it'll
got
always regret.
killed.
You're like
I
Jesus.
got killed.
Well, just explain this to me. If you're betting UFC, do you
Yes.
bet every fight or do you just pick certain ones?
I generally will take a small amount of money. Now, bet between $10 and $25. Usually do parlays,
Right.
multiple
Oh,
parlays.
okay.
I'll
Yep.
do a safety. I'll do a couple different ones. I'll do one I call a safety parlay in case I get a couple losses, but
Is the
across the
parlay
board, I
three
just got
fights?
killed. No, two to whatever.
Okay. Okay. So you did a couple parlays and then did you do any individual matchups or no?
Did I? No, I think I did all parlays and all lost.
Did you come close on any of them?
Let's just say Marab Dvalishvili and Alex and Diego Lopez. Really, Diego Lopez and Marab, they destroyed me. Those two
Uh,
guys took all my money.
uh,
There's only probably like $2
okay.
total, but yeah.
Okay. I mean Diego Lopez.
I tell you what, I bet with
I thought he was
one thing I'll do when I gamble. Sometimes I'll bet with my heart and not my head, and
right.
and I really want to see Brian Ortega kind of recapture some of that magic, but Diego Lopez just been on a tear, and Brian Ortega's just been dealing with a lot of personal issues. Um,
Right.
is
Right.
and like he hears it at the events. Like his girlfriend, his ex girlfriend, I believe ex girlfriend, ex wife, UFC fighter, he was getting heckled about it after the fight.
Oh,
Like,
oh, well, that would be tough
like
for anyone to deal with. I get it.
guys yell from the stands, "Hey, Brian, she doesn't like you anymore."
Well, yeah, that
Or
would, yeah.
Brian, that's why she doesn't like you anymore. So
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
Tyler, he's not made of stone. He's going to show some emotion.
you got to be in
You
in
you
this
have
game.
to.
You have to be. Number one. Number two, it was a bad matchup for him. Diego Lopez, he looked so good in his last fight, and
No,
this
he
fight
has.
even
I
better. Like,
I have watched him in his last few fights. He has looked good, but Ortega I was absolutely on the way up. That
well, I
is
mean, no, he's not really on the way up. He's
well
fought.
he
He's again, Steven, I'm talking.
uh,
He's
yep,
fought. He's fought for the UFC featherweight championship before. That might have been his career peak. He
right.
had a he had a all-time classic, an instant classic versus Alexander Volkanovski. A guy who was pound for pound in the GOAT conversation, and two losses later to Ilya Taporia. And we're not really talking about him anymore. But
Right.
Brian Ortega's performances versus Volkanovski, absolute performance, almost finished him. Since Alexander Volkanovski got out of that guillotine against Brian Ortega's career has been on a downslope since then. It's
Oh,
unfortunate, but
oh,
I'm just really saying this from what I've observed, not
yeah.
from any sort of prejudice or feeling I have. It's just kind of been the facts of the matter. It's rather unfortunate because Brian Ortega really did have the makings of a superstar.
Do you have some sort of prejudice against Brian Ortega for some reason?
No, I
Oh,
actually like him a lot. I actually kind of like him a
oh,
lot, but
okay.
he's been ever since he did not finish Alexander Volkanovski with that guillotine. His career's been on a
Oh,
downswing.
right. I got you. I got you. Okay. So looking at the card, I'm looking at the main card here.
Sorry about that.
Uh, what I didn't know what you wanted to start with.
Well, we did start with Brian Ortega. I
Well, yeah,
mean,
we did Brian Ortega and Diego.
honestly,
I'm
I
looking.
I really
Oh,
feel like
unanimous decision. Okay, go ahead.
yeah. So like this card, the entire prelims. I mean, they really did do a good job of showcasing the Mexican American fighters being on,
They did,
playing the
yeah.
card with the whole best kid theme, UFC Noche, the best kid Independence Day, that whole
Yeah.
thing I thought played really well, but they really lacked a name value on the preliminary card other than the early prelim with Rafael Rosas Jr., who's really been on a tear. He's been kind of crushing it. He's been crushing guys. He's just simply better than, but he really is a young phenom. I understand why they put him on that early prelim card at ESPN Plus, trying to get people to tune in early, which solid marketing play, but I think it would have been better to um headline the prelim card. I think that would have been a much better move in this situation. But again, they got the early viewers most likely due to
No,
that.
I agree with you. The marquee matchups on the prelim card definitely entices viewers to order the
Yeah.
pay-per-view.
Well, I
I
mean,
I agree with you wholeheartedly on that take.
that was the early prelim, and honestly, that was probably like what 7 p.m.
Yeah,
At
they
this, that
started
was
they
probably about 7:30 p.m. People aren't settling in then. Generally, I won't usually like if I don't start watching a UFC card till like 9:30. That's pretty normal for me, unless there's marquee matchups I want to see on that prelim card.
Oh, okay. All right. So I don't know what order. I was just looking on ESPN. Um, I was trying to skip the prelim.
So
Ronaldo
we'll go with the
is
first fight. Ronaldo Rodriguez defeat
okay.
Ode Osborne again, showcasing the Mexican American fighters.
Yep.
Ode
Well,
Osborne,
it
we
said
get
if
a Mexican being up a Jamaican. So hey,
it says if you look up the definition of resilient, you will find an image of Rodriguez smiling back at you. This was a fun fight that nearly ended minutes after it started. So Osborne appeared to put
still what does this is? Listen, little guys can fight till they're burger. Little Mexican guys can fight till they're I don't know
yeah, no,
bloody
you're right about
puddles.
that. You're right. You're right about
So
that.
good win for Ronaldo. Moving on,
Okay.
Layweight Estevan Rebo Rabovicic defeated Daniel Zellhuber again, showcasing Mexican fighters. They gave Mexican fighters um,
Yeah,
good
they
matchups,
pushed it.
favorable
Right.
favorable matchups in this one.
Um
Again, I believe that's the kind of show we talked about already. Diego
yeah,
Lopez with the dog walking of Brian Ortega.
yeah. It's a dog. What does it mean to dog walk someone in MMA terms?
Just let him.
Just what it sounds like.
He was yes exactly. He was a master. He he walked Brian Ortega all over the ring, which is why
Really?
Brian probably lost. Which is probably why Brian Ortega lost his mind when he got the girlfriend chance walking out.
So not only did he get dog walked around the ring, he got emasculated by the UFC fan base about his girlfriend. So
That,
Brian
that,
Ortega
no,
didn't have didn't,
about his ex girlfriend.
about his ex-girlfriend. So he didn't have the best night. Brian
He did
Ortega
not have a
probably
good night.
he didn't have a good
Did
night.
not.
Okay. The lightweight was Ignacio versus Manuel Torres. Did you see that? Um, Torres lost in the first round by TKO.
Nope. Did not see
Okay.
that one.
All right. Well, that was on ESPN Plus. I apologize.
Right? It was a
ESPN Plus.
prelim.
Yep, prelim.
ESPN News, ESPN Plus. Let's move on to the co-main event, Steve.
It was Valentina Shevchenko, wasn't it?
Valentina Shevchenko defeated
Shevchenko.
defeated the champion Alexa
Alexa
Grasso.
Grasso. Yes. And God bless her because she's been in the mix for a while and she has overcome adversity and I give her all the credit in the world for taking this on ESPN, however, disagreed. She won by unanimous decision. ESPN described the fight saying that she was like a veteran basketball player using a mean post game to back down the younger opponent and score at will. It wasn't pretty, but effective to take back the title that was rightfully hers. Nobody will watch this fight ever again. Shevchenko wasn't interested in wowing fans with her performance. It was simple and left Grasso in a pool of frustration throughout.
In a pool of blood.
That's what she said.
Listen,
wow.
And listen.
That's a bad.
This is the third fight in a row that Valentina's fought Alexa. She's just tired of it after losing a.
Right.
She got submitted. Losing by submission, and then a draw, which was questionable at best.
Right.
At UFC as a UFC fight night rather. So coming back, big event. Valentina's making her statement, and honestly, she knew where she could be Alexa Grasso if she just implemented her game plan and being the veteran that she is. Just Alexa didn't have an answer.
She looks like jacked. Like she got like wow.
Well,
I mean, no, I mean she's always had a nice body on her, but I mean she like has ripples.
They don't call the bullet for nothing.
Oh, the bullet. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then that was the co-main event.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the main event was O'Malley.
Main event: Sean O'Malley versus Merab, the Machine, Dvalishvili.
Yeah, I'm not a O'Malley fan, but
I'm a big O'Malley fan. I like what he's up to the sport. I'm a big O'Malley fan. I love what he's done. He's definitely brought more awareness to the sport, brought new crowds to the sport, and dynamic personality. And listen, I come from the Northeast. A lot of guys. I have friends that train at Cerro Longo, the gym that Merab and the former champion Aljamain Sterling are out of. The fighter that O'Malley beat. I was actually at that fight at the Boston Garden, watching Sean O'Malley win the UFC bantamweight title.
I remember.
Beautiful knockout, clean knockout. Little bit of trickery from his corner. Tim Welsh yelling instructions to Sean O'Malley's opponent, Aljamain Sterling. You gotta go, Aljamain, and may have played a role in Aljamain's losing that fight by knockout, but you really can't deny, especially after his title defense against Chito Vera, the skill of Sean O'Malley. But
no, you can't.
We've always said, the right kind of wrestler will be O'Malley's kryptonite, and Merab really showed that. There really is no argument to that fact anymore. So Sean's already said he's going to take some time off. I don't think it's the worst move.
Well, it's he's hurt too. He's hurt.
I mean, everyone's hurt in this sport. He deserves some time off. He's been on a pretty solid run these past 2 years, 2 of the 3 years. So he deserves a little time off. He should take some time off, work on his wrestling, and come back. He'll probably be a fight away. He'll have to come back and fight one guy again before he fights for Rob, especially if he takes time off.
You say featherweight? You said you think he'll come back as a featherweight?
No, I said he's going to work on his wrestling and come back, and he'll get a title shot probably right off the bat. Or I would be surprised if he takes a fight before he rematches for the belt. But again, we'll see. He says he's going to take some time off. Yeah. Depending on what happens right now, UFC may be star hungry when he does come back.
Yeah, and, very well could be.
They might put him right into a title fight. We'll just have to wait and see. But he definitely deserves this little bit of time off.
They very well could be in the hunt for some star power. That's definitely for sure. We don't know what's going to happen. The ESPN deal has not been renewed yet, so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I think they're in the
Always is. Always is.
last year of its contract. So, but wow, yeah, that was. I mean, I don't understand why they graded it at a C. They did not see it as a
I'll tell you the
great
truth, I'll have to. I just watched the highlights. I'd have to rewatch the card. I was a little busy.
I watched this one and I watched Shevchenko, but I didn't
Yeah.
think I wouldn't have graded
No,
it.
same thing. I mean, it was just a dominant performance by Rob. Rob just implemented his wrestling and
Yeah,
kind of did what he wanted to
yeah,
O'Malley. O'Malley didn't have an answer.
right.
So
No,
in all the fights I'm involved in this weekend, my fight with my fighter at Cage
yeah,
Titans over the weekend,
yeah,
this fight, the main event of the UFC, the main
yeah,
event of
yeah.
the
That's a lot.
Bellator, the main event of the Bellator Bellator series, the one at San Jose. Wrestling is king. Your wrestling's on point. You control where that fight's going. You will win that fight. You will dictate. And again, Marab dictated where this fight took place. Sean had no answer for the wrestling, and he was getting kissed on his back
Yeah.
by the guy just controlling him to add insult to injury. So
So,
again,
how
that, go
would
ahead.
you say that your fights went over the weekend with Cage Titans or whatever?
Cage Titans had an amazing show. My fight did not go well, and
Oh, it
that's all I'm
didn't.
going to say
Okay,
about that.
that's all you're gonna say about that. Is your fight did not? It
I'm
was
not going to
the
go well. I
okay.
learned very badly this weekend. Overall, wrestling is king.
Okay, but it was Louise, right? It wasn't Ozzy.
No, it was not Ozzy. It was Louise, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, that's good. You, even as a promoter, trainer, jack of all trades, you learn as well, and you'll be prepared next time. So it's
Uh,
not the end of the
I
world.
like.
It sucks now, but you look at you. You're back at the gym, and you're still working on your craft. You didn't
Yeah,
take a
well,
day off. You didn't take a day off. You
George.
didn't stay home and lick your wounds. You got right back at it. So, yeah, but the only comment, the question I would say, would you put it more on the preparation? Would you put it more on the game plan, or would you put it more on the execution with Louise?
Uh, all the above.
Really?
Combination of all three. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. No, that's surprising to hear. But it wasn't one and then that's good. It wasn't just one thing. It was a little bit of everything, and you can work on that. You can work on that.
Yes, you can.
You can work on that. It's not one thing, it's a little bit of everything. Just go back to basics. That's any coach will tell you that. Football, baseball, whatever. Anytime you have a loss, especially a tough loss, just go back to basics. Go back to the fundamentals. So don't I apologize that you had a difficult weekend in
It is what it is.
betting and your fight.
Occupational hazard in this game, Steven.
Well, I know I do, but I know you care about your fighters, and I know you take
Oh,
it
I do.
personally, and I know that it hurts, and that's what counts. I know that you see them as people and want to help them, so of course it hurts. So don't beat yourself up too bad about it. You're going to get back on the horse, and you're going to ride again. And you haven't been doing this forever, so you're still learning. And that's the biggest thing. You're learning,
Sure.
and as long as you don't make the same mistake twice, you're doing it the right way. So,
No, thank you, Steven.
all right. Well,
Motivational speech, baby.
yeah, it takes a lot of time and effort to do what you do and to train and to work with these fighters, and you're obviously working with them on the way up. So there's a lot more teaching and coaching involved. So it's not easy. So for Tyler King, like I said, he just trains, he teaches, and he kicks ass. Crown Sports and Entertainment. I'm Steve Cully, the best podcast radio host in the universe. This has been 97.9 Unity Radio, the MMA Report. Remember, when life gives you lemons, Tyler, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges,